All right, so to get this started, we are going to take this into some light twisting, not a huge amount, but, well, let's just go ahead and get started. So we will start this on our shins. So just bring yourself to a seat. So big toes pointing in toward each other. Go ahead, bring the knees out wide. This is sort of like a zazen position, actually. If you feel like taking a more formal position, feel free. And if it's too much to sit on the shins, you can always take a cross-legged seat, keep in mind. But just situate yourself so you can actually sit this upright. So draw in from the belly, round the low ribs, keep your spine tall, reach the crown of the head up, bring your chin in just a little bit, and just rest your hands somewhere on your lap with the palms open toward the ceiling. Relax the shoulders down. And then when you're ready here, just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in, let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, start to deepen your breathing here. So the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing slowly here to start. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And just keep yourself upright and move slow. With the inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach up high. Now with the exhale this time, bring the hands down, bring them together, and spread your fingers wide, interlace the fingers, face your palms forward with the elbows wide. And then keep the elbows wide, face your palms up toward the ceiling. Keep the shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just lean right and hold this here. Keep the shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze up high. And if you want to take it further, maybe press to the palms and straighten your arms a little bit further to the right. Take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, just bring the through center to the left side. Keep the shoulders back, keep your chest open, look up. And you can press to the palms and straighten your arms in this direction as well. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release the grip, bring the arms up high. And then with the exhale, just go ahead and bring the hands down through center and down to your sides. And we're going to go back and forth. So still lengthening one side of the neck. So you're going to reach one arm up and over, but still lift the hips and press them forward at the same time. So just stay on your fingertips here to start. Now with your next inhale, reach that right arm and up and over to the left. Press your hips forward, let your head fall back. And then with the exhale, go ahead and bring this down. Right hand down. Inhale the left arm up and over. Press your hips forward, let your head fall back. And with the exhale, come down. Inhale the right arm up and over. Press your hips forward again. Exhale, bring this back down. Inhale the left arm up and over. Hips press forward. Exhale, come back down. One more round. Inhale the right arm up and over. Press the hips forward and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing, hips pressing forward. Keep stretching long through the right arm. And just breathe with us here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring it back down. Right hand to the floor. With your next inhale, reach that left arm up and over. Press your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, and just hold on to this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this back down. And then once you come down, walk your hands forward. Bring yourself into all fours. In all fours, just take a moment here and move around. Shut your hands, shut your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side and just feel things out. Maybe shake out your legs a little bit, but feel out where you're loose, where you're tight. And then still taking some lengthening to the sides. I'm going to turn toward the camera just a little bit, but from all fours, we'll take this to the wrists. So walk your hands over to the right side. So bring the right hand just in front of the right knee. The left hand's going to go forward to the right. So you're actually twisting the upper body to the side just a little bit. Now with your palms down, rotate the right hand so the fingertips move toward the right knee and then toward the center of the mat. Rotate your left hand the other way, fingertips toward the front of the mat and then toward the center as well. Now set your palms down flat, spread the fingers wide, grip the floor with your fingers. And just holding on to this may be enough of a stretch, and you're going to feel this differently in each arm. Now if you can take it further, maybe just move a little bit side to side. And you can always back off from putting weight in your hands. If you want more intensity, you can lean more weight forward. And if you want even more intensity, you can start to bend to the elbows, maybe sink down into the arms and just take this back and forth. But keep that grip, whatever you're doing here. And just feel out where the stretch starts to light up. And if you feel any sort of sharp pain, let yourself back off a little bit. And then go ahead and release this. Take the tension off your hands, come up onto the fingertips, and walk them over to the left side. So left hand forward to the left knee, right hand forward to the left. Now, with both hands here, palms down, left hand rotates fingertips toward the left knee and then toward the center of the mat. The right hand rotates away from the left and then towards the center. Now set the hands down flat, spread your fingers out wide, grip the floor with your fingertips. And if you want to put more weight on the hands, feel free, but just move a little bit side to side and feel this out. And again, this already might be enough of a stretch. If you want to take it further, you can bend into both elbows, maybe sink down. But just breathe with us here. And then go ahead, take the weight off your hands, come back up onto the fingertips, and just come back to center, bringing everything forward. And bring the hands right in front of your knees, within about one hand's length. Hand's length, I should say. So flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingertips pointing in toward you. And you can always just keep most of the weight of the legs and go light on the hands, but still keep the hands flat, keep them tense. Fingers spread wide, fingertips pressing down. Try to keep your arms straight. And just let that stretch move through the backs of the hands, up through the wrists and into the forearms. Now, if you want to stay here, this is fine, but if you can take this further, just keep the palms facing up and rotate the hands. Fingertips of the right hand in towards center as far as you can go. Rotate the left hand towards center as well. And then just go ahead and rotate the right hand out to the side and the left hand to the side. And just keep on taking this back and forth and switch it out. Now, you can take it faster or take it slower, but just be deliberate as you're moving here. And each time you reset a hand, try to flatten the hand, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down. Just work to straighten your arm at least briefly. Now, if you want the hands to be further forward, that'll put more pressure, make it more intense. So you can always bring the hands in even closer and just go light. And then go ahead and finish this with both hands rotated out to the sides. And just hold on to this. Now, flatten the hands, spread the fingers out wide, press your fingertips down. And then actually, I keep on doing this backwards. This actually isn't the one I want. Rotate in towards center. This is what we're doing. Okay, so this is going to get into the external rotation of the shoulders, which is what I want. So fingers rotate in towards center. Hands flat, fingers tips pressing down. And then from here, start to bring your chest forward between your arms, arch your spine, and bend the elbows in toward you just a little bit here. Start to open your chest. If you want to sink down further, feel free, but keep pressing down to the fingertips. And just breathe with this for a moment. Maybe move a little bit side to side in this shape. All right, then go ahead and release that. Come up onto the fingertips and down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, go ahead and bring your feet out from underneath you. And just come to a seat. And we're going to take this up into reverse tabletop in a few variations here. So with the feet in front of you, just see if they're about hip-width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Now palms down behind you. Hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Go ahead and rotate your fingers out to the side just a little bit. And then press in your hands and feet and lift your seat up off the floor. Now let's take this up and down. With an inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press this high. Exhale, come back down. And then inhale, lift one more time and just hold. Now as you hold on to the lift, keep the glutes squeezing, keep the hips pressed high. You can let your head fall back, or you can look up, or you can look forward, whatever you like. But keep the hips lifting and keep your chest lifting as well. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just sink this down. Now once you come down, just take a moment to shake your hands out a little bit. And we're going to take another variation. This is going to take us onto one arm at a time. So to set this up, hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Now this time I want you to rotate your fingertips to the side and then rotate toward the back of the mat behind you here as far as you can. And press into both hands, press into your feet, lift your seat up off the floor. Now I take this onto the right arm first. So press into the right hand, keep that right arm straight, press from the shoulder. Bring the left hand to your chest and keep it here. Now if it's too much to press into that right arm, you can always keep both hands down. But go ahead and feel this out. With an inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, press up one more time and hold here. So keep the right arm strong, left shoulder above the right. If you're on one hand, you can always keep both hands down, but still keep the glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring this back down on both hands, come all the way to a seat, and you shake that right hand out for a moment. And we'll set up for one more round, taking this to the other side. So again, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Rotate your fingers to the side and back as far as you can. Lift your seat up off the floor. And then put the weight to the left hand, bring the right hand to your chest, and be sure you can lift and lower from the left shoulder without pain. Now with an inhale, go ahead, press your hips up high, open to the left side. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press up one more time. Now stay lifted here. Right shoulder above the left if you're on one hand. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. Take an inhale. Exhale, come all the way down again. And once you're down, take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And then when you're ready, let's just bring this into boat. So bring the legs together in front of you and then just start to lean back. Now as you lean back, keep the core engaged, keep your spine long, lean back enough to take the weight off your feet. And you can always keep your feet low, maybe touch down to the floor, maybe bring the shins toward parallel. But just breathe here. You can always take this up higher if you like, but keep the core engaged, keep your gaze forward. You can hold on to the thighs if you need to. Otherwise, arms at your sides. And then take this a little bit further from wherever you are. Just bring your hands into heart center. And just go slow. Keep the legs in place, but slowly just open your chest to the right side a little bit. And then come back through center. Keep the legs where they are and twist over to the left. Bring it back through center. Open your chest up to the right. Take it slow and come over to the left side again. One more round like that. Keep the legs in place and go ahead, turn to the right again. Back through center, bring it to your left side. And then when you're ready, just come back into center. Go ahead and bring the hands on either side of your legs. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, cross at the ankles, roll forward to the hands, find all fours again. And from all fours, just take a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move to stay loose. And then we're going to lengthen out a little bit in the upper body. So keep your hips stacked over your knees and come up onto your fingertips. So lift your palms. Now keep the arms in line, keep them parallel as best you can. We'll take a puppy dog variation. So I want you to keep this active and try to stay on the fingertips here. But walk your hands as far forward as you can to stretch this out. And you're trying to bring your upper body into one long line from the wrist creases all the way through to the hips. So try to keep everything straight here to start and keep your gaze forward. Now pull the hips back, but press down to the fingertips to feel that stretch all through the upper body. And then just think about moving back and forth, a basic cow and cat motion here, though obviously you don't have as much freedom of movement as usual. So when you're ready, just with an inhale, drop your belly, try to pull your chest forward, look forward. And then with the exhale, just round your spine, find that long rounding here and press back up. And just keep taking it back and forth. With the inhale, drop your belly, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, pull back in and round as you empty. And just keep moving down and up like this and take this back and forth as best you can. Now try to keep that length all through the upper body as you're moving. And then the next time you sink down low, stay low here and go ahead, set the palms down flat. Now grip the floor with your fingers, look forward. And you can bring your chin down, you can bring your chest down if you're that open, but still keep this active. So try to pull yourself forward with your hands, draw the shoulder blades in toward each other. Try to pull your hips back at the same time, and just keep breathing with this. And then take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly, go ahead, release all that tension. Walk the hands back in, bring yourself back into all fours. And from all fours, again, just take a moment here, move around. And stretch a little bit through the shoulders, move your hips side to side. And then from all fours, we're going to start to bring this into a little bit more movement. So press down your hands, tuck the toes in both feet, hover your knees up off the floor. And then with your knees lifted, just keep your legs bent about 90 degrees. Now we're just going to move a little bit here. So from all fours, keep the shoulders with the wrist best you can. Bring the right knee forward to touch the left elbow, get as close as you can. And then step the right foot back. Bring the left knee forward toward the right elbow, and then step it back. Right knee to left elbow again. Step it back. Left knee to right elbow. And back. Now, right knee to left elbow, hold here for a moment. Now, you're going to move a little bit further. So I want you to pivot on the left foot, drop the left heel, bring the left elbow toward your belly, the right leg still lifted. So just keep your seat up off the floor and open to the left side as much as you can. Keep that right arm strong. And then turn back to center, come back to all fours. And I know it's going to challenge your balance a little bit. Let's take this on the other side. Left knee to right elbow, hold here. Now pivot on the right foot, drop the right heel, bring the right elbow toward your belly, just try to hang in place. We're going to go back and forth like this, but take it slow. So bring it back to center, back to all fours. Now right knee to left elbow, hold. Pivot on the left foot, drop the left heel, pull the left elbow in. And then turn back to center, come back to all fours. Bring the left knee to the right elbow, stay here. Pivot on the right foot, drop the right heel, pull the right elbow in. And then turn back to center. Right knee to left elbow again, hold. Pivot on the left foot, drop the left heel, pull the left elbow in. And then bring it back to center, back to all fours. And then bring the left knee to the right elbow, hold here. Pivot on the right foot, drop the right heel, pull the right elbow in. And then come back into center. Now we'll take it just a little bit further. Right knee to left elbow again. Pivot on the left foot, drop the left heel, pull the left elbow in, just hold. And then go ahead and extend the right leg out to the side. Now from here, with an inhale, press your hips up high and just reach for that left arm, lengthen out. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring this all the way back down. Pull the left elbow in, pull the right knee in. And turn back to center, come back to all fours. And then we'll take this to the other side. Left knee to the right elbow, hold here. Drop the right heel and pull the right elbow toward your belly. Now take it further. Extend that left leg to the side, set your foot down. With an inhale, press your hips up high and reach for that right arm. And then just bring it back down. Pull the right elbow in, pull your left knee in. Come back to center, back to all fours, and then just release for a moment. All right, now from here, let's take it from all fours and down onto the forearms. So we're going to take this to a forearm plank. So this will give you your hands a little bit of a break at least. Now there's two ways to do this. You can have the forearms parallel with the palms down, or you can press your palms together. But go ahead and step your feet all the way back and bring your body into line. And then hold here. Now to take this a little bit further, see about taking a wider stance with your feet. Maybe even bring your feet out past the edges of your mat. Now from here, just keep the pressure on your hands so you distribute the weight across the forearms. And then think cow and cat. So with an inhale, drop your belly a little bit, pull your chest forward, look forward. And then with the exhale, round your spine and lift your hips. Inhale, pull this forward, look forward again. Exhale, pull your belly back in and round your spine. One more time like that. With the inhale, draw your chest forward, look forward. Exhale, pull back in and round. And then just come back into center and we'll still in that forearm plank. Now, if this is enough, stay right here. If you can take this further, I want you to try to keep your chest facing the floor, fight any sort of rotation, and just put more weight to the right forearm. See about reaching that left arm back and bringing the left hand to your side. Now, this is optional. If it's too much, you can always bring that left forearm down. But we're not going to hold here forever. So go ahead and bring that left forearm to the floor. Shift your weight to the left side. Keep your body in line. Keep your chest facing down. And go ahead and reach that right arm straight back. Try to hold your body in line and stay here. And then come back to center with both forearms down. Go ahead and bring your knees down to the floor. Come back up to all fours. And just give yourself a moment here just to breathe. And then when you're ready from here, let's just take this into downward facing dog. So go ahead and press in your hands, tuck the toes of both feet. Bring your hips up high. And once you come up, just feel this out for a moment here. So just pedal out, move your hips from side to side. And press into your palms. See if you can flatten your hands. So you want to feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And before we get too rigid here, we're just going to keep on moving for a moment. So press the palms down flat, press into your toes. And then just dip your knees down to the floor, touch down lightly. And then go straighten your legs as much as you can. Press your hips up high. Again, dip the knees down low again. And then press back up towards straight. Keep pressing your palms. Bring the knees low to the floor. And then press your hips up high again. One more time. Dip your knees down. And then press your hips up high. Take an inhale here. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here, let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach the opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just keep the bend in the knees to begin, but release any grip that you have. And slowly round this all the way up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And now with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, just move smoothly. And then release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, just lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor, to the shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here, wrist the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and try to stay lifted here best you can. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, set the knees down. Bend the elbows in, shoulders forward, bring your chin and chest down low to the floor. And then with your next inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten your arms, flatten your feet, come toward an upward facing dog. And then pull your belly in, bring your hips up high, come back to your down dog. And we're going to take a few rounds of that style of sun salutation here, so take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold this back down. Inhale to standing, reach the arms up high. With the exhale, fold this back down again. Put a little bend in the knees and take it down slow. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor, to the shins, extend forward. And with the exhale, set the hands down and step your feet back, come into high plank. From here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bring the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With your next inhale, straighten the arms and pull your chest forward, upward facing dog. With the exhale, pull the belly in, hips up high to downward facing dog. Keep it steady here, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, fold this back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to your high plank. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, set the knees down, shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, straighten the arms, pull your chest forward, upward dog. Exhale, pull the belly in, bring your hips up high, back to down dog. And again from here, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift this halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, find your high plank. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, knees come down, shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, bring your belly in, bring your hips up high, come back to your down dog. And we're going to do this for one more round, so take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. With the exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, find your high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees, shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, pull back in, hips up high, downward facing dog. And just take a moment here, paddle out and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg up high behind you. And then just bend the right knee, hang the right foot over the left. So let your hips open up for just a moment here. Keep your shoulders squared to the front. With your next inhale, just straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. With the exhale, step it forward. Right foot, right knee comes to your chest. Step the right foot between your hands and come into low lunge. Now from your low lunge, we're actually going to take this into a kneeling lunge. So bring the left knee down to the floor and flatten the left foot behind you. Hands to your hips. Now with an inhale, just bring your torso all the way to upright and give yourself a moment to feel this out. So both legs are about 90 degrees. Press into the right foot, kick into the left. Keep your hips pressing forward and keep everything from the left knee on up, stacked up vertical. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, elbows wide. Pull your shoulders back, let your head fall back, just open up your chest here. Now as you hold on to this, keep pressing into the right foot, kick into the left, keep your glutes squeezing. And we're going to go back and forth from this position to rounding the spine forward. So just take this slow, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just reach forward, round your spine as much as you can. Inhale, pull this back, elbows wide, let your head fall back. Exhale, reach this forward again and round. Inhale, pull this back, elbows wide, let your head fall back. Exhale, reach forward, round your spine. One more time. Inhale, open this up. Let your head fall back. Hold here. Now, just keep your gaze up high, but release your hands down toward the floor. And then go ahead, bring your palms together. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders back. Press your knuckles down toward the mat. Now, keep pressing to the right foot, kicking into the left, and just breathe with us here. Take an inhale. Now the exhale, slowly just bring your torso upright, look forward, put the weight to the right foot, tuck the toes to the left, and then when you're ready, press into that right foot and step the left foot forward one pace behind the right. So about 3 feet front to back, and still hips width this from side to side, so the hips are still squared. Both feet flat, left foot points to side about 45 degrees or so. Now pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, and keep your legs straight. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Now we're just going to take this down toward a halfway fold. You can always put a little bit on that right knee, but keep the right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Take an inhale here. Now with the exhale, lead with your chest and just bring this down toward halfway. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hinge forward again just toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up one more time. Exhale, hinge forward and hold here. Now, you can keep your torso lifted a little bit more, maybe a 45-degree angle off of horizontal, or maybe come down parallel to the floor. But keep your shoulders pulled back, keep that right hip back, and let's just take a light twist here. So stay folded like this. You can always bend the right knee, but go ahead and release your grip. Right hand comes to the right hip, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Now just draw the right shoulder back and keep your spine long like this. Keep breathing. You can always bend into that right knee to back off on the hamstring stretch. And just keep breathing here. Try to look up toward the ceiling. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring this all the way up, right hands to your hips. Bend into the right knee. Slide your left foot back and open the left side and take this into a warrior two stance here. So deep in on the right knee, straight left leg, one line from the front heel to the back arch. And go ahead and lengthen this out and bring your hips down low. Now keep your spine upright, turn your chest open to the left side of the mat, and reach both arms up high with the palms facing in. Now we're going to take it back and forth like this, keeping the arms long. So with an inhale, just reverse. Reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend this forward and keep looking up. Inhale, reverse this. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse this one more time and hold here. Keep your gaze up high, keep the arms reaching long. And see about bending deeper into that right knee and sinking your hips further down. Keep stretching the arms long and toward the back of the mat at the same time. Just breathe with us here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring your torso upright, hands to your hips. Now turn the right foot so that's parallel to the left. And we're going to take the weight onto the left leg. So bend into the left knee, lean to the left side, lift your right heel. Drag the right big toe over to all the weights on the left leg. And when you're ready, just bring yourself to standing with the right knee high. Now hold on to your balance here as best you can. Press in that left big toe, keep your gaze forward, slow your breathing down. And we're going to take this into a version of a figure four here to start. So with your left hand, reach for the right ankle. Now once you've got that grip, kick into the hand. Now try to point the right knee down and bring the right ankle past your left thigh. Now just stand upright here. Keep your gaze forward, keep breathing here. Now if you're more flexible, you can always take this further. You can take a half lotus grip with that left hand to the outside edge of the right foot, and then bring the edge of the foot up toward the left hip crease. Woo, let's see if I can do this and stay balanced. No reason to take it that far if that's too much, keep in mind. You want to be sure you don't feel any twinge in the right knee. But keep that engagement here. So keep that right leg kicking to your left hand and just stand tall. Now, right hand, wherever you can stay balanced here, so you can keep the hand at your hip, maybe heart center, maybe just reach straight up. If you can take it further still, maybe reach that right arm up and over to the left, and you can start to lean to the left side. But just take things to where you can while still staying upright and balanced here. Now slowly from here, if you're leaning, just bring this back to center. Release any grip you have. Bring your hands to your hips, right knee lifted. And then just take a moment here. Set the right foot down, lift your left foot up off the floor, shake it out. And switch again. Bring that left foot down and bring the right knee up high. Now with your right foot lifted, go ahead, take hold of the right knee with the right hand and pull that knee out to the side. And this is good enough right here. Now just keep that hip open, stand tall, bring the right knee up high. If you want to take it further, you can reach inside the right leg and take hold of the big toe, maybe extend that leg. But again, you're still balancing it. Just keep the gaze forward and keep your breath slow and smooth. Now from wherever you are, just release any grip you have, hands to your hips. Look toward the front of the mat, step that right foot forward, bring both hands down. And then once your hands are down on the mat, step the right foot back, find your high plank. And go ahead, take this through your vinyasa. So knees come down to the floor. Shoulders forward, elbows pull in, bring the chin and chest down low. With an inhale, straighten your arms, find that upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, pull the belly and bring your hips up high, come back to your down dog. And just take a moment here, pedal out and breathe. Now we'll take all that to the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high. And with your left leg lifted, move toward your scorpion dog. Bend your left knee, hang the left foot right. Now try to stack the left hip above the right and keep the shoulders square to the front. With your next inhale, straighten that left leg, three-legged dog. With the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest. Step that left foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now once you bring it forward, set the right knee down. I want to take that kneeling lunge again. So flatten the right foot behind you. And see if the legs are basically on two separate tracks, hips with distance, hands to your hips. With an inhale, just bring your torso all the way upright. So both legs are bent at 90 degrees. Anchor yourself in that left foot. Kick the right foot down. Keep your hips pressing forward. And then with an inhale, reach the arms up high. With the exhale, elbows wide, let your head fall back, open up your chest, and just hold here for a moment. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other and keep your hips pressing forward. Just breathe. Now I want to take it back and forth from this open chest position to rounding and reaching forward. So when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, reach this forward, round your spine as much as you can. Inhale, pull this back, elbows wide, open your chest. Exhale, reach this forward and round again. Inhale, pull this back, elbows out wide. Exhale, reach forward and round one more time. Inhale, pull this back, elbows wide, hold here. Now while you're holding on to this, go ahead and keep your chest open, reach your hands down toward the floor, and then bring your hands together. Find the interlace that feels strange, opposite what you just had. So pull the palms toward each other, draw your knuckles toward the floor, pull your shoulders back, keep your chest open, keep breathing. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring your torso upright, look forward. Now as you're ready, bring the weight to the left foot, tuck the toes to the right. And then when you're ready, step that right foot forward, one pace behind the left, and come into that pyramid stance as you bring this upright. So feet about 3 feet front to back, hips with distance still side to side, so you're actually keeping the hips squared forward. Both legs straight and right foot points to side about 45 degrees or so. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back this time. Now keep your shoulders pulled back and just breathe with this. And then we're going to take this down toward halfway. Just work it as best you can and keep your spine long. You can always bend that left knee. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way up. Exhale, bring it forward just toward halfway down. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hinge this forward one more time and stay forward. Left hip back, right hip forward, keep breathing here. And then just take it into that light twist. Keep your spine extended. You can always bend that left knee. But the left hand comes to the left hip. Right arm comes outside your left leg. Draw the left shoulder back. Keep the crown of the head reaching forward as you bring your gaze up high. And just keep breathing here. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this back upright. Hands to your hips. And switch this to your warrior two stance. So bend the left knee, slide the right foot back, open your hips out to the right side, and take a moment to set this up. Deep bend left knee, right leg towards straight. Now again, one line from the front heel to the back arch, sink your hips down low. Keep your chest and your torso open to the right side and reach the arms up high with the palms facing in. And we'll take it back and forth with the long arms like this. So with an inhale, just reverse. Reach back, lean back, gaze up high. With the exhale, extend it forward and keep looking up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse this one more time and hold this here. So keep the arms reaching, keep your gaze up high, keep that deep end of the left knee, and maybe even sink your hips down lower. Now with your next inhale, just bring your torso upright, hands to your hips. And then turn that left foot so it's parallel to the right. I'm going to take the weight to the right foot. So bend the right knee, lean to the right side, lift your left heel. Drag the left big toe over tall, the weight's on the right foot. And then bring yourself up to standing with your left knee high. Find your balance here, digging that right big toe. Now once you're balanced, once you're ready, reach down with the right hand and find the left ankle. And then move into that figure four variation. You bring the left ankle across the right thigh. Now pull up with the right hand, but kick into the right hand at the same time. And try to point that knee down toward the floor. Now if you want to take it deeper, you can always bring the right hand to the outside edge of the left foot and then bring that foot up toward the hip crease. But don't force this, and again, you don't want to feel any twinge in the knee. Just take it to where you can balance. Now, left hand at your hip if this keeps you balanced. Maybe bring the hand to heart center. Or you could reach that left arm high. Now if you want to take it further still, and if your balance is solid, you can reach that left arm up and over to the right and maybe start to lean to the right side, but just take this to where you can. Now if you're leaning, just slowly bring your torso upright. Hands to your hips. Go ahead, release that left foot. Just step it down for a moment. Shake your right foot out a little bit. And we're still not done here. So when you're ready, just bring that right foot down and bring the left knee up high. Now with your left knee lifted, be sure you balance. With the left hand, pull that left knee out to the side, and this is good enough. Just pull that left knee high and stand tall. Keep the hip open. You can reach inside the left leg, take hold of the toe, and extend the leg if you want to take it there. But otherwise, stay balanced on that right foot. Let's see if I can stay up myself. Keep breathing with this. All right, from wherever you are, release any grip you have, both hands to your hips. Look toward the front of the mat, step that left foot forward, and then bring both hands down. Now once your hands come down to the mat, step your left foot back next to the right, find your high plank. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, set the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, straighten the arms, pull your chest forward, upward dog. Exhale, pull the belly in, bring your hips up high to downward facing dog. Just pedal out here and breathe. Now into the next sequence here. With your next inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrist, and just hold here for a moment. And then step the right foot down between your hands, low lunge. Now I want to take this into high lunge here. So look at your feet. Make sure they're on two separate tracks, hips width distance side to side. Keep the left heel lifted behind. When you're ready, bring your hands to your hips. And with an inhale, just bring your torso all the way to upright. Now, pull the right hip back, the left hip forward, left leg towards straight, right knee with a deep bend, and you can lengthen your stance if you need to, but keep the hips squared. And then just take this with a lower back bind. So bring backs of the hands to your low back, palms facing away, fingers spread wide, pull the shoulders back and keep the elbows wide, keep your chest open. And then want to take this into the back leg, keep your torso upright. So take an inhale here. With the exhale, dip into the left knee, come down low. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower one more time. Now inhale, straighten that left leg. And this time we're going to open to the side. We're going to go back and forth from this high lunge to a side lunge. So when you're ready, put the weight to the right foot, drop the left heel. Now bend your left knee, come down to the left side, and face your chest toward the floor. Maybe come down a little bit. Maybe hinge down so your chest is parallel to the floor. And you can take it deeper by lifting the toes of the right foot. Now when you're ready, just bring your torso upright, and then turn back to center. So bend into the right knee, lift your left heel, pivot your hips so you can square this forward. Now again like that, drop the left heel, bend deep into the left knee, sink to the left side with your chest facing down. See about lifting the toes of the right foot. And then bring this back up to center, bend the right knee, lift your left heel and square your hips forward. One more time like that. Go ahead, set the left heel down, bend deep in the left knee and sink down low, chest facing the floor, pull your shoulders back. And go ahead, bring that right hand down to the floor. Now as you press into the right hand, if you want to go deeper, you can slide that right foot further out with the toes pointing up. See about using the half bind, drawing your left shoulder back and look up toward the ceiling. Just breathe with us here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Bring both hands down around your left foot. And then pull the right knee into your chest, around your spine. All the weight's going to go to that left foot. Bend your left knee. And then when you're ready for me, take hold of the right knee and round this up to standing. Now just give yourself a moment. You can always step that right foot down in between, keep in mind. But find your balance. Dig into that left big toe. Stay tall. Now when you're ready, take this into a standing twist. So bring the right hand to the right hip, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now pull the right shoulder back, open your chest to the right side, and this is good enough right here. Stay tall and stay twisted. Now if you want to take it further, you can always reach that left hand to the right foot and extend the right leg. You can always reach your right arm back, but again, just keep your balance and keep your twist best you can. Keep your body long here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, turn back to center, hands, hips, right knee still lifted. And then while you're standing, bring the hands to your low back again. So fingers spread wide, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. Bring the right knee out to the side. And then just step the right foot forward. Now as the right foot comes to the front of the mat, keep everything open to the left side. The left shoulder stays back, the left hip stays back. And we're just going to take this lightly toward half moon, not quite all the way. I want you to keep your arms bound like this. So look down in front of the right foot, keep the left shoulder pulled back. Put the weight to the right foot, lift your left heel, and drag the left big toe forward to all the weights in your right leg. Straighten the right leg to lift the left and just hold here. Now you can keep a little bit on the right knee, maybe straighten it completely. Keep the left shoulder and left hip higher than the right. And this is good enough. You can keep your body at an angle. Now if you want to take it deeper, you can start to hinge from the right hip and maybe come down closer to parallel, but just take this to where you can control. All right, take an inhale here. Now at the exhale, slowly bend the right knee, set the left foot back down again, and then bring both hands to the floor. Now once your hands come down, step the right foot back next to the left. Find high plank. And then from here, we'll take the vinyasa. So go ahead, bring your knees to the floor. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull this forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in. Hips up high to downward facing dog. Now we'll take that to the other side. So when you're ready here, with an inhale, raise your left leg high. And then with the exhale, pull it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrist. Just hold here for a moment. And then step the left foot down between your hands, come into low lunge. Now, in your low lunge, again, make sure your feet on two separate tracks, hips width distance side to side, the right heel stays lifted behind. Go ahead, bring your hands to your hips, and with an inhale, just slowly bring your torso all the way to upright. Now find your stance here, deep bend left knee, right leg toward straight, right hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back, the right heel stays lifted behind. And then just take that light bind at the low back. So again, backs of the hands to your low back, palms facing away, spread your fingers wide, pull the elbows wide, keep your shoulders drawn back. And we're going to take this into the back leg. Keep your spine tall here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just dip low into that right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower again. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower one more time. Now with your next inhale, go ahead and straighten. And then and we're going to take this to the side. So set the right heel down. And then bend to the right knee. So sink to the right side and face your chest to the floor. See about lifting the toes of the left foot. And then bring it back up to center. Bring your torso upright. Bend the right knee, or bend the left knee rather. Pivot on the right foot and pull that right hip forward. You're back in that high lunge. Now again, like that, drop the right heel. Bend deep into the right knee, sink to the right side, straighten your left leg, keep your chest open, shoulders back. And then let's bring it back up to center. Bend into your left knee, pivot on the right foot, lift your heel and square your hips forward. One more time, drop the right heel. Bring your weight to the right side, fold down with your chest facing the floor. Now the left leg straight, go ahead, bring your left hand down to the floor. And then maybe take this deeper. You can slide that left foot further out, but point the toes up toward the ceiling. And pull the right shoulder back. Now just breathe here, keep your chest facing down. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, both hands come down around that right foot. Now keep the right knee bent, pull the left knee to your chest and round your spine. And then when you're ready, take hold of that left knee and round this all the way up to standing again. Now give yourself a moment here, just find your balance, ground into that right big toe. And then once you're stable, left hand to your left hip, right hand outside your left knee. Now pull your left shoulder back, keep your spine tall, open your chest to the left side. And this is good enough right here. Stay balanced and keep that twist with everything extended. Woo. Now, you can always extend that left leg with a right hand on the left foot. You can reach the left arm back, but just take this as far as you can still hold your balance and keep breathing with us here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, just turn back to center, still balance, hands in your hips. And then go ahead, bring your hands to your low back again. So palms facing away, fingers spread wide, shoulders pulled back. Bring the left knee out to the side. And then step your left foot toward the front of the mat. Now, when the weight comes to the left foot, keep everything open to the right side. Right shoulder stays pulled back. Look over your left shoulder past your left foot. Now, put the weight to the left foot, lift the right heel, and again, we'll take this toward that half moon variation. Drag the right big toe forward to all the weights on the left leg. Woo. Straighten your left leg to bring the right foot up off the floor, and maybe you just hold like this. So everything's still open to the right side. Right hip and right shoulder higher than the left. If you want to take it further, you can hinge from that left hip and lift the right leg, but just take it to where you can. If you want to get extreme, you can get toward parallel with the floor. Now, from wherever you are, take an inhale. Now, with the exhale, just bend the left knee, set the right foot down behind, release your hands, and bring your hands down to the floor. Once the hands come down, step that left foot back next to the right, find high plank. And from here, one more vinyasa, take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With your next inhale, pull forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. With the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high, back to down dog. Take a moment here to breathe. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. We're going to take this toward half pigeon. So go ahead, flatten the left foot, straighten your left leg. Pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And just sink your weight straight down. Now, you can just keep your spine extended like this. You can always go deeper if you want to back bend. And if you want to settle in, you can come down to the elbows and maybe melt down all the way. But keep your hips squared. Keep that left hip pulling forward. Feel some of that stretch on the right side, right outer hip or toward the glutes. And probably in the front of the pelvis on the left side as well. Just take this to where you need to right now and just breathe with this. All right, now from here, if your hands are forward, slowly walk them back in towards center. We're going to take another pose. Once the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, stack your hips over your left knee. Now keep the right knee forward, but bring it toward the center of that. We're going to take this into Gomukhasana. Now bring the left knee forward directly behind the right. You're going to cross your legs here tight, and bring the feet out as wide as you can. Now as the legs are squeezing, come down to a seat between your heels. And just feel this out as best you can. And if for any reason it's just your hips are just too tight to come into the seat, you can just sit with the left leg forward, right leg crossed tightly over the left knee. Give yourself a moment to sit this upright. Now moving to the arm bind from below first. Right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. And then with your left hand, reach back and grip the right arm somewhere. The wrist, maybe the elbow, maybe somewhere in between. But with your left hand, pull back on that right arm and feel the stretch of the front of the right shoulder. And this is plenty here. Just sit this up tall. Now, if you want to take the full bind, if you can reach it, go ahead and bring that right hand up between the shoulder blades. And then the left arm comes from above. See about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now, just take this to where you can. And if the full bind's not happening, there's nothing wrong with the half bind, keep in mind. Just keep the chest open, shoulders back, and just breathe into this here. Whatever combination of stretches works for you in this position. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip. So set both hands down behind you, lean back, untangle the legs. And then when you're ready, just cross the ankles, roll forward your hands, and let's step this back to down dog and take that on the other side. So from your down dog, when you're ready, inhale your left leg high. And with the exhale, move into your half pigeon. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Now flatten the right foot behind you, straighten the right leg, pull the right hip forward and keep it in line with the left. So keep the hips squared. And just sink your weight down. Now again, you can stay upright like this, and you can always go deeper if you want one of the back bends, or you can just melt down. Maybe come down to the elbows, maybe sink down all the way, but find that stretch in the outer left hip toward the glutes, maybe on the front of the right hip as well. And just breathe into this. And then go ahead and start to walk the hands back in towards center. And once the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back your hips up so they stack over the right knee. Keep your left knee forward, but bring it to the center of the mat. Let's cross the legs here. Bring the right knee in directly behind the left. Squeeze your legs together tight. Come down to sitting between your heels. And again, you can always back off like from this with the bottom leg. You can extend that right leg forward with the left leg crossed tightly over the right knee. But sit this upright for a moment. Now to take the arm bind from below, left arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach back. Find the grip that works. You can hold onto the wrist. You can reach to the left elbow. But draw on that left arm to pull the left shoulder back. Sit this up tall. Good enough here with the half bind. For the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm comes from above. And see about finding that grip in between. If that full grip isn't happening, don't worry about it. Now, wherever you take this to, just breathe into your stretch. Keep the shoulders back. Keep your torso upright. And then take a deep inhale here. And with the exhale, just release the grip. So both hands to the floor. Go ahead, lean back and untangle your legs. And this time, come all the way down onto your back. Now, once you're down, just draw your knees in close. Squeeze everything in for a moment. And we're going to take this into a bridge pose here. So go ahead, release your grip and bring your feet down to the floor. Arms down at your sides with the palms down. And we'll take this up and down a few times before we hold the pose. So see if the heels are close enough to your seat, they can bring your low back as flat as you can while you're down. And just keep your gaze up high. Now, when you're ready here with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, bring the weight to your shoulders. And then with the exhale, just roll your spine back down. Back and forth. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down again. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll back down. Now inhale, lift this up one more time and we'll hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting, hold the tension of the lift, and that's good enough. But if you can take it further, you can bring your hands under your hips, maybe interlace the fingers, maybe pull the palms together. You can even work your shoulders behind your back to open your chest even more. But keep pressing down into the floor, keep your glutes squeezing, and keep that lift, and just breathe into it here. And then when you're ready, here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release any grip you have, roll your spine back down. Bring your knees back to your chest, squeeze everything in. Let's go ahead and take this to happy baby. So reach between the knees, take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And pull down on both sides. Try to bring the knees to the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands. And keep that tension working both up and down. Flatten out your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. And if you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally from here, take a deep inhale, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release this. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready here, just start to move bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale. Reach your arms out past your head. And slowly pull back in when you're ready. Draw the elbows in toward your chest. Bring your knees up as well. And just take your time here. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat. Stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale here. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.